And apologies for some potential technical difficulties we had here. Everything should be A-OK now here. And you are listening to, or you're watching SBTV rather, SBTV's coverage of Pointers women's basketball. The score here early in this one is 5-0 St. Norbert as we approach the 8-minute mark here in the first quarter. Once again, I want to apologize for some technical difficulties here. And sorry, we're back here, folks, as we got the matchup here between St. Norbert and UW-Stevens Point in this one. Stevens Point 3-0 on the season. St. Norbert 2-0. St. Norbert looking for a big-time win here in Berg Gym. And Shirley Egner court, if you remember, Shirley Egner, one of the all-time greatest coaches in WIAC basketball history. Good ball movement here for the Green Knights here, posting down low, some nice moves, and up and under move. That one falls. That was a pretty move there by number 34, Chloe Krasinski. Beautiful move there. That makes it 7-0 Knights here. Pointers looking to try to get something here up on the top. That's number 4, Courtney Krieger. Back to Krieger. Krieger going to look to get it down low to Jamie Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer going to make a nice move down low in the post, and she gets the first bucket of the night for the Pointers. Quickly down the court come the Green Knights outside. Ooh, nice make by Emma Morrissey. She kicks it out back into the corner to Jepson. Jepson now with some nice moves. She'll go down court, kick it out into the corner. Try to find the open person. That's Olivia DeClean. Now with a screen. She'll now go around the screen, kick out wide open. 3 in the corner for Jepson. That one's up off, no good. Rebound by Pfeiffer. Stevens Point down by 5 here with 6:28 to go here in this first quarter. Driving into the lane, nice little spin move, picking up her dribble, and she traveled. Traveling violation there by Stevens Point, and that's going to turn the ball over. That was Joey Nice, the 5'8" junior out of Platteville, Wisconsin. And here come the Green Knights up the court once again. Now as we approach 6:13 to go here first quarter, it is 7-2 Green Knights on top of Stevens Point. 3 in the corner, that one's up, that one's back iron, no good. Offensive rebound, but it heads out of bounds, and that'll go to the Knights. That'll stay here. That was off of Stevens Point. 3 in the corner by Krasinski. 6:02 here in this first quarter. DeClean inbounds, driving into the lane is Morrissey. She flips one up, and that one's good. Nice move there by Morrissey. Makes this a 9-2 game in favor of the Green Knights. Quickly up the court for the Pointers. Now in the corner, 3-pointer up. That one is short, front iron, no good. Here comes the Green Knights on the move. That is DeClean. DeClean is going to go all the way, and she blows a tire, and the Stevens Point now with the steal. Losing her dribble a little bit. That was number 23 for the Pointers, Joey Nace. Nace now with the pass over to Krieger. Krieger going to drive. Nice floater in the rain. That one's short. Rebound by the Green Knights, and number 22, Natalie Cartero. 3-pointer at the top is up and good, and we're going to get a timeout here as Coach Matt Hockett he will call off the timeout, and Stevens Point will continue. It's 12-2, Green Knights on top of Pointers. Entry pass down low, and that's going to be a turnover on the Pointers. But can't fault them for trying to get some ball movement. And a timeout by Coach pocket. But in this one early up, it's a 10-point lead for the Knights here as we approach the halfway point in this first quarter. Stevens Point is trailing by 10. Coming into this game this season, Stevens Point, obviously we were talking about, they played 3 games on the year. They played Northland College. That was an easy W. That was a 91-47 win. And then they took on Milliken and Carroll Colleges, both in the UW Whitewater tournament. Both those games, they come up with W's. Against Milliken, they score 64-61. That's a victory. And then against Carroll, a 61-56 victory. Against Milliken, that was the then 14th ranked team in the country. And so Stevens Point, we're going to look at some stats here for the St. Norbert first. It's a pretty well-rounded start for them. They're 5 of 9 from the floor, 2 of 5 from 3. And really, they've just played a pretty solid start to this one. Casey Kazak, has got 2 points on the night. Followed that up by Emma Morrissey. She's leading up 5 points. Brzezinski has 2, and Natalie Cortero with 3. Stevens Point's pretty easy to tell. It's only one is going to Pfeiffer. Jamie Pfeiffer with a nice move down low in the post, and that's how Stevens Point scored for the night. But pretty slow start offensively for Stevens Point, but they're going to look to try to get things turned around here and try to turn it around quick here. Inbounds here coming, and Olivia Horrell is going to take it up. No, excuse me. Emma Morrissey will take it up the court for the Green Knights. Morrissey going to hand it off to Lettner. Pass over to Cortero, back to Morrissey. Now down low into the post to Gurisak. She's going to fight her way down low. Gets double teamed, and that is going to be a jump ball, and that one's going to go in favor of the Green Knights. So that's going to keep it down here on this end as Stevens Point struggling to get a rebound. They now kind of have a little huddle and try to get things set up here as the Green Knights are going to run an inbound play. Inbounding the ball is Lindsay Lettner. Gets it over to Morrissey, back to Lettner. She pump fakes the 3, now hands it off to Morrissey. Morrissey going to look to cut, but nice recovery by Stevens Point defensively, posting up down low in the post and going off her ankle. That was Casey Gerzak. She just really trying to do maybe a little too much on that play. And she was posting up almost, going right down to the Stevens Point area, and she has it kind of go right off her foot. Bierchick, excuse me, that is. Turns it over. Stevens Point now with a chance to try to add something to this score here. Down low, touching the post, kind of do a little post move kick out to Campy. She's going to shoot a 3, and that one's too strong. Offensive rebound for Stevens Point, up and good. That was number 20 for Gabby Golita. Big time basket there for Stevens Point to slow down this Green Knights offensive attack here. Pass now, drive down the lane, get a pass. That one's intercepted by Golita. And on the push, here comes the Pointers. Campy will slow it down, get it over to Golita. She is way in Currytown, wasn't even going to attempt that. Now posting up, down low. Going to flip this one up. That one's too short, and that'll be rebounded easily by the Green Knights. Down low in the post, that was number 34 for Stevens Point, Chloe Goose. Excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong roster. Kelly McIntyre, and that's going to be another stop for Stevens Point defensively. So defensively, yes, sure, they've given up a few baskets here to start this game, but overall they've really kind of given the Green Knights some fits here in this first quarter. 3:36 to go here. Listening and watching this on SPTV. We have obviously our broadcast of Pointers hockey coming up here on Friday. Pointers are going to be taking on UW Stout. Pointers going to look to try to get back into the win column, but down low in the post now going up. That will dance around and fall down off the rim by Golita. Once again, she is kind of going off here in the most recent little 2-3 minute stretch here, and that's going to cut the lead down to about 6. 12-6 here. Yes, it is 6 points. Into the corner, and a offensive foul is going to be the call as Golita makes the stop, and Stevens Point with another chance here to try to get some more points here. 2:58 to go here in this opening quarter here between Stevens Point and St. Norbert, the battle of undefeated teams, and that's going to be a kickball violation on St. Norbert. Number 22, Natalie Cortero. She's going to hit the bench here, and Stevens Point is going to retain possession here with 2:46 to go on the clock. So not an offensive exploding first quarter, but that's to be expected against two defensive-minded teams here. Stevens Point obviously looking to try to improve to 4-0 on the season. Stevens Point projected to finish second and last in the WIAC. Nice drive in down the lane by Campy, and she'll get it, and nope, they're going to call a charge, I believe. Ooh, that's a rough break for Stevens Point. But you got to kind of Campion, no, I think the ref will overturn it and will give the bucket to Abby Campion. I think they're going to say it's an and one opportunity after discussion. That's a unique kind of situation you're not going to see a lot, or you don't see often. You'd be glad to see is referees really taking time to just get the call right. Campion now with the chance to make this a old-fashioned three-point play. Free throw is up, and it hits the front of the rim, but dances in. That makes it a 9-12 game. So Stevens Point with a 7-0 run here to close this one to within one possession here. And really got to credit this Pointers defense here. They have stepped up on this and driving down for St. Norbert. Now going to kick it out to DeClean. DeClean going to try to kick it out into the corner to Jepson. Jepson going to try to move a little up and under move. That one's wild. Rebounded by the Pointers. On the move, here comes Stevens Point. Josie Neese now with it. She'll hand it off to Campion. To Golita, now down low into the post. Throwing up, oh, a wild shot, but it goes in. A 9-0 run for Stevens Point. Just under 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Stevens Point, after being down by as much as 10, has really fought back, and now they're within one here. I got to credit that defense, like I said, as Stevens Point has really turned it on. Oh, nice block once again, down low in the post by Stevens Point. Golita with the block. She has been all over the place for Stevens Point. 1:43 to go here, and Stevens Point a chance to have the lead for the first time tonight if they're able to put one through the net here. And some full court press is going to be applied here by St. Norbert. Or no, they're going to say it's going to be St. Norbert ball, excuse me. So Stevens Point needs another stop before they get another chance at trying to go for the lead here, but you got to credit this 9-0 scoring run for Stevens Point has really stepped up and made this a game again. Inbounds coming from the Green Knights, and they're just going to lob it into the front court and corralled here by St. Norbert. And now at the top is Lettner. Lettner with a lot of dribbling. Picks up his screen, now trying to get it down low in the post, but nice defense there by Campion, but she touches it as it went out of bounds. You gotta like the hustle here by Stevens Point. Not giving up on the play, trying to save it. Instead, they do good defense, but St. Norbert still has the ball. Inbounds pass, looking for the home run, and that's gonna be, nope, not a tie-up, but Stevens Point has it. Now going up the court is Horrell. She'll slow it down, now has it dribbled off her foot. Trying to get it down low in the post to Stevens Point, trying to set up that post. Kelly McIntyre now with it. She's going to try to do a spin move, and I think she'll be called for travel. Yes, she is. Little too aggressive on that one. Got a little too antsy and just kind of shuffled the feet there and turns the ball over for Stevens Point. And here come the Green Knights again. They have gone scoreless since they have getting that 12-2 lead. And now getting it down low in the post. That's where they did a lot of their work, and they had a good opportunity there, but just couldn't get it. Good defense there by Josie Nice. Now Nice with it, trying to go back on the offensive end here for Stevens Point. Hands it off and get it over to Campion. Now down low into the post to McIntyre. She'll have to kick it out. Now on the move into the lane, layup up, and it's good. Stevens Point with their first lead of the afternoon as Josie Nice puts one in, and Stevens Point now has the 1-point lead. It is 13-12 here. Down low in the post, good defense there by Stevens Point. Looking to drive there was Jepson. She'll have to kick it in the corner. Jepson thought about a three, but nice close out there by Stevens Point, and a pass is picked off by Olivia Horrell. Nice defense there by Stevens Point as Campion's just going to slow it down. Coach for the Stevens Point first-year head coach for Stevens Point. I will remind you, after the legend Shirley Egner retired after 30-plus seasons of head coach here in Stevens Point. Greatest dare to say, greatest WIAC basketball head coach, one of the greatest WIAC basketball coaches of all time, Matt Hockett, given the defensive signs here. 3.4 seconds left here in this first quarter. Stevens Point got maybe a chance for a catch and a shoot here. If they can get it, Campion's going to get a nice screen down low in the post, getting up, and that's going to go short. And with couple seconds, it's going to be rebounded by St. Norbert and Casey Gersak. And that is how this quarter is going to end. A furious comeback by Stevens Point, as they were really down by 10 early in this one, but they fight back and they have the 1-point lead here in entering the second quarter here. So good play here by Stevens Point, gets them the 1-point lead, 13-12 here in quarter two. Like I said, if you're familiar with a little different setup to how the men's basketball do. In men's basketball, they have obviously the 2 halves, 20-minute halves. Women do the 10-minute quarters or 4 quarters, a lot more like NBA style. Which I'm kind of for. Let's prepare these guys for what their pro career is going to be like. Anyway, let's look a little bit at some of the stats here for Stevens Point. Leading the way in the scoring column is really, it's a well-rounded effort by Stevens Point, but Gabby Galita has 2 for 2. She's got 4 points and 2 rebounds for them. Alexa Thompson, she doesn't have any points, but she's got 2 defensive rebounds and 2 turnovers, so that's one area to clean up. Courtney Krieger, she's got 1 rebound. Josie Nice has 1 rebound, 1 turnover, and Olivia Hordle has 1 defensive rebound, 1 total. But we looked at points scored. Like I said, we got McIntyre with 2. As we're going to enter this second quarter, McIntyre had 2 points, and now here comes St. Norbert, going to try to score for the first time since the first quarter, and that is going to be a wild shot there. That was by DeClean, and now instead Stevens Point's going to take it the other way. Krieger now with it, as she's going to look to try to get it down low in the post, as Pfeiffer had some position now, instead driving in the lane and lobbing it out. Pfeiffer now has it, kicks it into the corner to Thompson. Thompson's going to shoot a wild shot. That's going to no good. She'll get her own rebound, kick it over to McIntyre. Going to look to try to get down low to Pfeiffer. She's calling for it, gets double teamed. Nice double team, nice defensive recovery by St. Norbert. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes McIntyre. That's going to be a wild shot, but a foul. So she'll get 2 shots at the free throw line. But ever since Stevens Point, really a slow start. They've really clawed their way back into this one, and it's a good response here as they close out that second quarter, I got hockey on my mind. We got the, like we said, big-time hockey matchup. Is the first free throw dances in for Krieger. Checking into the game for Stevens Point is going to be Emily Mortensen, 5'6" freshman out of Oregon, Wisconsin. Second free throw is up and good for Krieger, so 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And that's where I always say you get free points if you go to the free throw line, and no time comes off the clock. So those are areas where you got to utilize it. And if you can win the free throw margin of, if you have the free throw margin of victory, usually 9 times out of 10 you go on to a victory. Here comes Lindsay Lettner. She will hand it off into Chloe Kozinski. She'll now do an up and under move, and that will be no good, but a foul. So she'll get 2 shots at the free throw line. Nice move there by Grzinski.
Falls on Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer with the foul. 9:06 to go here in this second quarter of this first half. Free throw is up and no good. Like I said, free throws are always really important because that can ultimately come down to who wins or who loses a game here. Obviously, we are just into this one quarter in, but Stevens Point so far making more of the free throws. Second free throw, that one's up, that one's no good. Ooh, nice save, but that one's going to hit the back of the backboard and go out of bounds and stay here with the Green Knights. Not being able to stay in, Gabby Galita, one of the Pointers' best players on this Pointers team. Really well-rounded team, though. There's never like a player that is just outscoring everybody by 10 points. It's always a team effort. Now inbounds by the Green Knights, get it over to Soterio. Now down low into the post. Going to try to post up is Grazak, and oh, that one went down, out, and back in. Oh my goodness, they call that one the toilet bowl. Gearchick with a nice play. as that is the first points that they have since the 5-minute mark. Three-pointer is up, and that one's short, rebounded by St. Norbert. Gierchik with another board here behind the back pass. Now open three, that one's going to be taken, and that one's halfway down and out, rebounded by Golita, and she almost turned the ball over. Nice hands there by Morrissey. Quickly up the court is Mortensen. She'll slow it down and do a skip pass, overthinking about the three. Instead, they're going to drive to the lane, put up a wild shot, and that's going to be another travel. That was just not a good offensive set there by Stevens Point as they turn the ball over on what was really just a wild possession. 8:19 to go here, second quarter. Stevens Point up by 1, 15-14. Like we said, really slow start to this game. Stevens Point was down 12-2. They fight back and take the 1-point lead, and they're still up by 1 here, but Green Knights with the basketball looking to try to get the lead back once again. Picking up her dribble in the lane, excuse me. Just going to decide to mix two words together. Now trying to get it down low in the post once again. Posting up is Gierchik. Gierchik with some nice spin moves. That one's going to be up too strong, no good. Off the back iron and rebounded by Pfeiffer. But a nice opportunity once again by St. Norbert, and they can't get it. Dribbling down the lane, or excuse me, driving down the lane for Stevens Point. Joyce Nice now over to Golita. Going to do a skip pass over to Mortensen, get it down low to Pfeiffer. She's going to post up, get double teamed, and get hacked down low. They're going to say that's going to be a foul on St. Norbert. 7:39 to go here. Pointers up 15-14. Couldn't quite grab that, who the foul was on here, but we'll get it to you soon enough. Here comes Golita looking for the inbounds pass, and she can't find anybody, but now does get over to Nice. And Nice will get the offense set up. Pfeiffer is going to jack up a three, and she will get fouled. Oh my goodness. Pretty ticky-tack there, but regardless, looks like they hacked her on the arm, and that's going to be 3 shots at the free throw line for Pfeiffer. And if she can nail them all, they'll extend this to a 2-possession game here for Stevens Point. She dribbles, gets ready for the first free throw, and it's up and money. Nothing but net here for Pfeiffer on the first free throw. Second free throw up and also good. Plenty good. Good looking stroke at the free throw line. A chance to make this an 18-14 game here. Third one is up, and that one is also money. Great job at the free throw line by Pfeiffer. She goes 3 for 3, like we said. Keys to the game, you got to get your free throws, and Stevens Point does in that trip, and it shows. Good 4-point lead for Stevens Point. Now the Green Knights got to cut into it, down by 2 possessions here. Rosie Hahn into the game recently. She's just got it. Ooh, maybe got away with a little bit of a travel there. Now has to kick it out in the lane. Morrissey going to kick it out in the corner. Nice shot fake, driving in the lane. Floater up. Oh, banked in beautifully on the play by Jepson. Nice shot fake, opened that up, and she just flips it up and in, and Stevens Point's lead cut down to 2. It's 18-16. Faking the three, now driving in the lane. A wild shot, but nice offensive rebound by Pfeiffer, and it tips out into the hands of the Green Knights. And now on the push, here comes St. Norbert. Lob down low. Gets double teamed. Good job there by Stevens Point closing out. Here comes a deep three. That's straight away, no good. Off the front of the rim and out of bounds. Good play there defensively by the Pointers. Actually, a very smart play there by Emily Mortensen, as she really kind of just boxed out her opponent and let the ball go out of bounds, which ultimately gave them the possession. Don't want to just dive out of bounds when you don't have to. Inbounds pass here to Stevens Point, and now they'll go up the court. Pass to Morrissey. Now she'll have it, get it over to Slowick. Slowick will hand it off to Mortensen over to Krieger. Stevens Point got some subs on the court. Nice shot fake, now looking to drive. Oh, nice way to slip away, and nothing doing but a foul. On the move is Slowick, and she'll be heading to the free throw line for 2. Substitution in for the Green Knights as Gierchik will take a seat, checking in his theory. Slowick at the free throw line, her first appearance here at the stripe tonight. First one is up and plenty good. So Stevens Point really executing here at the free throw line, have yet to miss from the free throw line. We'll see if I announcer jinx that. Second free throw is up and plenty good. There's no such thing as the announcer jinx. Inbounds pass here from the Green Knights coming to the Emma Morrissey. She'll hand it off to Han. We'll get it over to Lettner. Lettner now with it to Jepson. Lettner with a nice cut there, but good recovery defensively by Stevens Point. Lettner with it. She'll now curl around the three-point line. Get over to Han. Han now with it. Han's going to drive, and she's going to blow a tire and hit the deck, and here comes Stevens Point. Quickly up the court. Here come the Pointers. Flipping it up is Krieger. She can't get it. Rebound. Offensive rebound by Stevens Point. For the Pointers, McIntyre on the play. Driving is Lettner. She almost loses control of it. Nope, she now kicks it out and getting it. Ooh, maybe a chance for foul there on McIntyre. Good defense there nonetheless by Stevens Point. Losing the ball. Now back up top here from the Green Knights. Lettner thought about the three. Instead, she'll step out. Get it over to Jepson. Jepson going to drive. She's going to float one up. That one's going to go halfway down and out. And here comes Stevens Point. Chance to add a lead. It is 22-16. Stevens Point up by 6 here. Second quarter. Three-point shot is up and too long. That was a good-looking stroke by Horrell, and they turn it, or excuse me, can't get it, but they force a turnover. Back to the corner. Three-point shot up, and that one is too long. Another offensive board here by Slokey, and Stevens Point will reset. Slokey going to get it down low in the pass. McIntyre with it. One dribble, can't get it up. No good. She gets her own rebound and gets attacked, and she's go back to the free throw line. Good offensive rebounding here by Stevens Point, as they really are just executing on defense and offense, who just really have been really just kind of a tidal wave coming back at the Green Knights, as it really was a lopsided first quarter, and then Stevens Point fought their way back, have the 1-point lead here, and they've looked really solid here in this second quarter. Just kind of looking at it, but though 22-16, that's kind of a deceptively high-scoring first quarter and a half here by both sides. The Stevens Point has really played, like we said, a really sloppy first quarter, but really they've turned it around here. If we look at just some stats for the Stevens Point, turnovers has been big for Stevens Point. They have scored 9 points off of St. Norbert's turnovers. Or excuse me, Stevens Point has 9 turnovers, but St. Norbert's only gotten 8 points on them. Look at second chance points for Stevens Point. They got 6 points on second chance points, and Stevens Point's bench putting up 9 points here. That is pretty clutch it's pretty good for Stevens Point in that department. You look at St. Norbert, they only have 3 in that department, but obviously still lots of game left to play here. Leading the way for Stevens Point, Pfeiffer got 5 points. At the free throw line, first free throw up, high arcing shot. That hits the front of the rim, no good. There was the announcer jinx. As I say, Stevens Point's perfect on the night. They missed the front end on the 2 shot and making the second one. So it is a 23-16 7-point lead here, and the Green Knights are going to slow it down. But looking at shooting from first quarter, Stevens Point, or St. Norbert, was shooting a solid 40% from 3, and that was really 2 for 5, 40%, and then overall 38.5% from the field. But that Stevens Point defense really clamped down here in the second quarter. Only 28% from 3, or 28.6% on the field, and a 0% for 3-point, 0 for 3. Stevens Point looking at offensively. In the first quarter, I mean, they didn't even shoot that bad. They shot 40%. So far, they've shot 40% from the field, in the first quarter. And second quarter, despite the lead being 7, they've only shot 12.5. They're 1 of 8 from the field. They're doing most of their damage from the free throw line. They are 7 of 7 from the free throw line here in the second quarter. That has been how good Stevens Point has been from the free throw line. Well, 8 8 of 9, I should say now, after that last trip at the free throw line. Instead, it is a 23-16 game here with Stevens Point on top. Campion now with it, gets it in the corner, faking three. Oh, nice move, but they travel. Cannot. Looked like a nice move there by Olivia Hall, but instead she turns it over, and it'll be a possession for St. Norbert. On top here with Leitner, she'll get it over to hand. Now at the top to Jepson, getting it over to Morrissey. Now in the corner to hand, and that's going to be a foul down low on Stevens Point, fighting for position. That was number 34, Kelly McIntyre. She fouls Gierchik. That's only her first foul. Stevens Point only 2 fouls on the entire first half. Inbounds pass here coming for the Green Knights. And it is, oh, beautiful play design, but cannot get the shot here, as pushing it up the court quickly. Slowkey gonna lob it to nobody and turn the ball over. And there was a big time opportunity there for Stevens Point, and a untimely turnover results in loss of possession. Head of the bench is Slowkey, getting a nice breather, nice little elevation there for her. As checking into the game for Stevens Point is Courtney Krieger. Here comes the Green Knights here with just over 3 minutes and 15 seconds left here in this second quarter, second and final quarter of the first half. Good defense there by Campion, and now kicking it out. Oh man, looking like maybe taking an extra step there was Lettner. Instead, no call. Here comes Stevens Point, thinking about a three was Grzinski. Instead, she'll drive, take it to the hole, no good. Trying to tap it to get her own rebound, but Goleta has it, now outletting it down the court quickly, and that one's gonna hit off of the hand, I believe, of a Green Knight. I believe they're gonna say that should be Stevens Point basketball, and it will be. Taking a seat on the bench, good play overall by McIntyre, good. And here comes Campion. She's going to look to inbounds the pass. She gets it to Krieger. Now to Goleta over to the corner. Going to look, get it back to Krieger. She's going to take a three-point shot straight away. That one's too strong off the back iron, no good. Rebound by the Green Knights, pushing it up the court. Here comes Morrissey. Morrissey now slows it down, kicks it out to Lettner. Lettner going to stop. Go around that three-point line. A lot of dribble crossovers. Trying to get it down low to Grzinski. And she gets hacked and should be heading to the free throw line to shoot 2. And she will be. Campion going to get hit with her first personal foul of the night. 2 minutes and 24 seconds here in this second quarter. First free throw up and no good. St. Norbert really has to be kicking themselves, as they're down by 7, so it's not too far, but free opportunities at the free throw line as they're able to make the second one. 23-17, 6-point lead, but St. Norbert has definitely left some opportunities at the free throw line here. A chance to make this what would be an even closer game, as Goleta picked up her dribble, now kicking it into the corner. Stevens Point now with it, as Alexa Thompson now has it down low to Goleta, and that one she can't handle, and that's a turnover, and Green Knights are going the other way. Kick out, looking for a three. They will find a free. They'll make a three. Beautiful play design as St. Norbert cuts it to a one-possession game. That was Emma Harris on the play. Excuse me, no, that was Natalie Sotero into the corner. Campion going to try to answer with her own three, and she does. 3-point shot by Abby Campion, and that makes it back to a 6-point lead. So St. Norbert with a little momentum, and Campion puts the three-pointer right back answering, and it's a 6-point lead for Stevens Point. Looking to try to get it down low. They do get it down low. Nice post moves and an easy 2 points down low for Gierchik. She really has been feasting down low in that post. She's gotten just about everything on, except she has got a few opportunities that she left on the court, but she gets that one to go, and it's a 4-point lead. 26-22, Stevens Point on top of St. Norbert. Campion going to drive, and a little bit of a wild shot thrown up and rebounded by Gierchik, and here come the Green Knights Driving in the lane, spin move, gonna kick it out to the corner to nobody. And that's a turnover with 48.5 seconds. We'll call it 49, round up. But Goleta now will inbound it to the Pointers' Josie Nace, and she will get the offense going here in this later stages of this second quarter and the later stages of this first half. Goleta with it now. Get it over to the corner to Thompson, up top to Krieger, over to Nace. Jody Nace with it, one of the starters for the Pointers. Goleta now with it, and she will travel. Took too many steps, and that'll give the ball right back to St. Norbert here with 26.9 seconds to go in this first half. Inbounds coming here to the Green Knights. They will get it in, and here comes Olivia DeClean. Down the 5'4" senior out of De Pere, Wisconsin. And looks like they're going to play for the final shot. You know, the shot clock is off here, and picking up is Krieger. DeClean, nice crossover move on Krieger. She's going to go all the way to the hole, and she can't finish. Fighting for the rebound, getting it to Alexa Thompson, and that is how the first half is going to end. With a score of 26-22, Stevens Point is going to be on top of the Green Knights after a hard-fought first half. Stevens Point has themselves a 4-point lead. We're going to take a break here, and when we come back, after halftime, we will have more Pointers women's basketball action. So stay here, folks, on SBTV. And a welcome back here to Berg Gym and Shirley Egner Court here as we got Pointers women's basketball action here on SPTV. Looking at some stats here on this first half of basketball action here. We'll look at St. Norbert first. Overall, they're shooting by the first period. They shot for a field goal percentage. They had 38.5 field goal percentage and a 40% from three-point line, but really credit Stevens Point's defense in the second quarter. They shut them down, and actually the later stages of that first quarter as well, forcing St. Norbert to go 4 for 14 from the field and 25% from the free throw line. St. Norbert also is 1 for 4 overall from the free throw line, while Stevens Point is at 10 for 10, which is not true. They're at 9 for 10. They only have one miss on the night, but Stevens Point nonetheless really solid bouncing back in the later stages of the first quarter, and the entire second quarter Stevens Point played exceptionally well. They got themselves a 4-point lead at halftime. Looking at leaders for Stevens Point in total points, it's in favor of Kelly McIntyre. She's got 6. She's 2 3 from the field, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Follow that up with Jamie Pfeiffer. She's got 5. And those are the top 2 scorers for Stevens Point. And inbounding, Stevens Point will start with the basketball to start this second half. Galita with it, now gets it over to Pfeiffer, the second leading scorer on this Pointers team, getting it down low to Galita. She'll no dribble, go up, can't get it. Offensive rebound, Stevens Point can't get it again. Offensive rebound again for Thompson, and she puts it in. 28-22, Stevens Point on top. Leitner with it, nope, now kick it over. Here comes a 3-point shot straight away for St. Norbert by Morrissey. Nice answer there, and now Stevens Point with the basketball once again. Galita with it now in the corner. And looks like there's going to be an offensive foul on St. Norbert, or offensive foul on Stevens Point, as St. Norbert's going to get the ball right back. Inbounds pass here, and here come the Green Knights. DeClee now with it. She's going to kick it over to Morrissey. She just hit the 3-pointer. Oh, that looked like a travel down low there by Grzinski. Instead, there's no call. Grzinski gets the ball back. She's going to drive, curl, stop, look, go up, and hit. It is a 1-point game here. Stevens Point up by 1, 28-27 here. Ace now with it, now over to Krieger, skip pass over to Thompson. She'll hoist a 3. That one's up, that one's too strong, and just letting it go out of bounds. Nice hustle there by Galita, but she can't get it, and it's a turnover. Stevens pointed ball back to the Green Knights, and the Green Knights, for first time since the closing stages of the first quarter, can grab the lead here on a made bucket. Crossover at the top. Here comes a drive down the lane. Shot is up. That's no good, but a blocking foul on Stevens Point, and that's going to be 2 shots. Nope, timeout's going to be taken by Stevens Point before any shots at the free throw line. So slow start for Stevens Point here in the second quarter, kind of eerily similar to how this game began. Stevens Point was down by as much as 10, but they were able to come back and ultimately had a 13-12 lead after 1, and would take a 26-22 lead in halftime. But really well-rounded game by Stevens Point, but once again, they coming out of the gates a little slow here, as St. Norbert has come out with a little bit of a fury here now. So far here in the third quarter, St. Norbert is 2 for 2 from the field, 1 for 1 from the 3. Stevens Point, on the other hand, they're only 1 for 4, 0 for 1 from 3 here. So slow start for Stevens Point, and a hot start for St. Norbert is what gives them, actually hasn't given them the lead yet, but they can have a chance here on this possession if they're able to hit their free throws. I know that the St. Norbert will just have possession, no shots at the free throw line, I believe. 8:32 to go here in this third quarter. Stevens Point up by 1. Nope, it will be a 1-on-1 situation for St. Norbert here. At the line is Chloe Grzinski. Chance to give the Green Knights the lead if she's able to get both free throws. First one is up and money. That ties the game 28 apiece for Grzinski, and a chance to take the lead here if she can put this one through the net. Second free throw up. That one's strong, no good. Board by the Pointers. Nice grab there by Olivia Horrell. Down the court quickly. Krieger gets it down to Horrell. She's going to post up. One dribble goes up, blocked, but a foul. I'm going to call, I think, the foul on Gierchik. I think that is her second foul. Now it is the second half. Don't really have to worry too much about foul trouble. That is her second, so you might want to be a little careful. First free throw up and good for Horrell. Beautiful looking shot once again. Stevens Point solid from the free throw line. Second free throw up and money as well. Stevens Point answers, and they're back on top by 2. And quickly going down the court are the Green Knights. Nice defense there by Goleta. Back up top to number 34, Grzinski. She'll now get it over to Morrissey. Back to Grzinski down low into the post. Double team, still able to fight her way through. Dribbles, and I think we're going to call a jump ball. And the possession arrow still favors the Green Knights, but good defense there by Stevens Point as they are kind of clamping down once again here in this third quarter. Just eerily similar to how this game began. Inbounds pass from DeQueen. Gets it into Jepson. Jepson going to drive in the lane. Got some spin moves for Goleta, but Goleta good defense and nothing moving. Quick three-point hoist with the shot clock coming down is, man, it looked like that hit the top of the backboard, but instead Stevens Point is going to give the Green Knights another opportunity here as they couldn't secure the board. But man, that looked like it hit the top of the backboard and it should have been Stevens Point basketball. Driving down the lane, maybe getting away with a push-off. Nope, they're going to call it, as driving down the lane was Emma Morrissey, and she just kind of extends that arm a little too much, and that is a turnover by the Green Knights, and Stevens Point now gets the ball back. Inbounds pass to the Pointers, and coming up the court is number 23, Josie Nice. Nice will do a handoff to Horrell. Get it over to Krieger in the corner, get it down low to Thompson. Thompson goes up, no good. She gets her own rebound, she goes up, no good. Getting the rebound is Goleta. Goleta goes up, no good. Two good opportunities there for Stevens Point, and they can't execute. And instead, Green Knights now have the chance to tie or take the lead if they can get a three-pointer. Down low, wide open woman, and that shot is up too strong. And nice rebound there by Horrell, and Thompson with it now gets it to Nice. Look for a good offensive possession here for Stevens Point. Krieger now with it up top here. Nice now with it. Nice step back. Gets it over to Krieger. Goleta with a nice baseline cut. Beautiful move there. Can't get it. Gets her own rebound. She goes right back up with it. She can't get it. Thompson with it. She can't get it again. Fighting for it down low post. She goes up and gets it. Oh my goodness. Like 6 offensive rebounds on that possession. But they finally get it, and Stevens Point now with a 4-point lead. Down low in the post, they're going to feed her. She's going to go up. Wild shot, no good, but she'll be heading to the free throw line. That is Casey Gierchik on the play. She goes up. Nice strong post moves and gives herself a chance at the free throw line. Stevie Pointer in the gym here tonight. Nice showing here by the Pointer faithful here on a cold Wednesday night. 29 degrees outside. I'm no weatherman, but that is cold. It's not as cold as it's going to get. I should preface, it's not as cold as it'll get this year, but it's chilly. It's chilly. I'm not immortal. Second free throw is no good. 0 of 2 from the free throw line. And Stevens Point will get the ball as it went out of bounds on a Green Knight. So once again, the free throws are really hurting the Green Knights here in this game overall. Bounce pass is going to be grabbed by Horrell, as she was not the intended receiver of that pass. Nice spin move there by Nice. It looks like she maybe got away with the travel, but a kick out three. That one's up short, no good. That'll be rebounded by Brzezinski, and now coming up the court is Krieger in the corner. Or excuse me, that was Olivia DeClean. At the top, here comes Brzezinski. Now a kick out to Gierchik. Gierchik gonna hand it off to Morrissey on kind of a little screen. Now back to the top to DeClean. A lot of dribbling here on this possession. Shot at the top, a chance to get this to a one-point game. That's going to be off the front rim, no good. And here comes Stevens Point on the push. Slowing it down now, Krieger with a little crossover move. Now comes back out and gets it over. Now down, feeding the post down low. And I think they're going to call a travel here on Stevens Point. I think that was Kelly McIntyre. McIntyre, the 6-foot sophomore out of Waukesha, Wisconsin. One of the tallest players on this Pointers team at 6 foot. Tallest one is Kayla Will, 6'2", sophomore out of Lake Mills, Wisconsin. Regardless, the Green Knights now with it and a chance to cut into this 4-point Stevens Point lead. Going down the lane is Brzezinski, no good, and a foul. Oh my goodness. What a ticky-tack foul. She just can't. I think they're going to actually get Thompson with it, which will be beneficial for, nope, they're going to hit Olivia Horrell with it. And that's going to give St. Norbert a chance at the free throw line here. Brzezinski with it, first free throw up, and that one's good. A lot better looking shot there. She got a nice arc on it and puts it through the net. It's a 3-point game here, can make it a 2-point game, and she does. 32-30, and Stevens Point with a 2-point lead here on top of St. Norbert. Now Campion with it. She'll kick it over to Holo at the top. Now over to Mortensen down low. Stevens Point can't get it, and now it's a turnover. Stevens Point Lettner with it, and here come the Green Knights. Chance to tie or take the lead. They're going to go down the court. No good. Physical play, rebound by Horrell, and she'll go quickly up to Mortensen. She'll set her feet for three. That one's too strong, no good. Rebounded by Morrissey. Quick possession there for Stevens Point, and that's going to be a foul on Mortensen. She misses the three and picks up a foul. Not a good sequence there. And Stevens Point in this second half has 4 fouls, now 5. As it is 32-30 here with 4:47 to go here in this third quarter. So Stevens Point kind of taking their foot off of the gas pedal here, but nonetheless, they're still playing pretty solid. Just need to make some adjustments, and they will move on, hopefully, to the 4-0 record. We'll give you some sports updates that kind of around the nation here, as the Milwaukee Bucks have kind of been struggling a little bit lately. They have the 1-point lead over the Cleveland Cavaliers. Remember, Milwaukee started off the season 9-0 and then had a few rough games against Atlanta. They fall to San Antonio with that Greg Popovich, Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Fame coach. But, Stevens Point, back to Stevens Point, the football team had a little bit of a rough end of the season as they got thumped 79-10. However, played a significantly better second half. I know you're thinking, well, 79-10, nothing good can come for that. They were up 60, Whitewater was up 65-3 at halftime. Stevens Point only gave up 2 scores in the second half and even got one themselves. So it was a completely different ball game in that second half, but if they maybe could have turned things around in the first half, would have been a little bit different outcome. At the free throw line, Lettner first shot up, and that one goes halfway down and rattles out, no good. So St. Norbert cannot tie on this possession unless they have a missed free throw and a made bucket. Second free throw up, that one is just good and rattles its way down. We have a 1-point game here. Stevens Point up by 1. Quickly, Campion now with it. She loses it and just gets it, and that's going to go, that'll be a tip pass, so no over and back. And now driving in the lane, kicking it is Nice, and they're going to get one stop and flipping it up, and good. A little bit of a wild shot, but it hits, and a nice play there by McIntyre. Picking up her dribble was DeClee. Now gets it into the corner. That's 15-30. Thury going to kick it into the corner to Leitner. Leitner's going to find a wide open lane, but a nice block there by McIntyre. And here come the pointers on the push. Slowing it down is nice, though. Campion in the corner, getting it over to Horrell. So get it to Campion. Campion thought about the three. She thought about it. Shot fake, pump fake. Now get it down low to McIntyre. Wraparound pass in the corner to Horrell. She thought about the three and then instead steps out of bounds and turns the ball over back to St. Norbert. Checking in for the Green Knights is Gierchik. Taking a seat on the bench is Theory. Inbounds pass. Going to be coming here. On checks in for the Green Knights. Taking a seat on the bench is Brzezinski. And now Green Knights can tie it up here if they can get a three-pointer in and make it 34-34. It's 34-31. Stevens Point on top of the Green Knights. Chance to remain undefeated is at stake for both of these squads. Driving down the lane. Beautiful defense there by McIntyre. And a nice dribble down the lane. Oh, flipped up shot. Beautiful play there by Leitner. She gets a layup, and that makes it 34-33 Stevens Point. 1 point lead for the Pointers. Campion at the top, deep territory. Hahn playing good defense. Now Thompson with it over the corner and traveling with it. Oh my goodness. As Stevens Point turns it over. Too many turnovers here in this second half, and now the Green Knights can take the lead with a made bucket here. Into the corner, Morrissey now with it. She'll drive in the lane. Good defense by Nuss. Step back, and that shot is up and good. And Morrissey gives the Green Knights their first lead since the first quarter. Nice bounce pass. Nice response there by Stevens Point. They grab the lead right back. Beautiful play by Thompson and McIntyre. Good play there by Stevens Point. Now the Green Knights going to try to get the lead back once again. Leitner with it, she'll drive, nice pump fake, she'll go up, and she will have stepped too many times. Turnover as Stevens Point will get the ball right back with a 1 point lead. 2:36 to go here in the third quarter. Stevens Point up 36-35. I'm watching here, Pointers basketball on SPTV. Here comes Pointers as Krieger actually has it. Now Slokey with it. She'll get it over to Campion. Campion, ball fake, now drives, picks up a screen from Thompson. Now gets Thompson down low. She's got the height advantage down low. They can't get it to her. Leitner, definitely now Campion in the corner for three. And I think they're going to get a step out of bounds by Campion. Turn the ball over back to the Green Knights. Definitely had the size advantage, did Stevens Point down low in the post. They couldn't find it. Instead, that's a turnover. Just another turnover for Stevens Point. Just these daggers just cannot afford all these turnovers that they have. And regardless, Stevens Point turns the ball over. And now the Green Knights the chance to get back on top here. Into the corner and a turnover. Oh my goodness. Hahn tried to get it to a cutting Gierchik. She passed it before she made her break. And that'll make it back Stevens Point basketball. Thompson going to inbound it to Nice. Thompson now gets it to Nice. As we approach under two here, 1:53 to go here in the third quarter. Pass to Slokey. Now to Campion. She thought about a three, now gets it down low to Thompson. And Thompson's going to shuffle the feet, turn it over. A lot of sloppy turnovers here, and having to call a timeout here are the Pointers, as head coach Hockett is not happy with the amount of turnovers that Stevens Point has had here in this second half, third quarter. In action here, other teams are in action. We're going to look a bit at UW Stevens Point women's hockey team, off to another solid start this year, as I believe they're in action tonight. I think they're taking on UW Stout. But, regardless, as Stevens Point women's hockey team 2-2-1 on the season. They started off the year with a loss to St. Olaf. They picked up a nice bounce-back win on Family Day, 4-1. They would beat Marion University in Fond du Lac, tie St. Norbert, and then they would lose to the number 6 team in the country, UW River Falls, as we're going to check in at some of the stats here. As Stevens Point is up 2-0 on Lawrence University. Lawrence is 0-6 on the season. Stevens Point has a pair of goals, one in the first, one in the second period, as they're in the second intermission. Going to try to take this one home and get back over 500 here, which is, both. I was talking about a little bit Stevens Point men's hockey, a little bit of an irregular season. We talked a little bit about that on the Sports Hub this week. Yeah, a regular season, 2-1-3, 3 ties on the year, and 4 of the 6 games that Stevens Point has played, they have come from behind. 3-point shot in the corner is up, short, long, no good, and Stevens Point now will clear it out, and here comes Campion. Had a shot at a 3-pointer, now slow key with it. She will slow it down, no pun intended. Driving in the lane, she'll hoist one up. That one's no good, rebounded by DeClean. The court, getting it down wide open, Lane flipping it up, no good. Fighting for the board and getting it is McIntyre, and almost turning the ball over. Now they'll slow it down. Will Stevens Point as we approach the minute mark here in this third quarter. Getting it down low in the post to McIntyre, skip pass over, got a wide open, nice with it. She will go too long. Offensive rebound by McIntyre, kick it out to Campion. She shot fakes, sets her feet, goes up, and will not get it as Han gets the rebound and now gets it over to DeClean. DeClean racing up the court, now will hand it off to her partner in crime, number 22, Natalie Patero, and she'll dribble it out of bounds. Turnover, Stevens Point basketball. .27 seconds remaining here. 35-36. Stevens Point is on top of the Green Knights here, and they're going to look to try to take the final shot here of this third quarter here. A lot of dribbling here, but nice. As Stevens Point, well, now she'll find a wide open lane, but she can't get it. Gets their own rebound, fighting for the rebound. Who's it going to come to? Here comes the Green Knights. Have a chance for the final shot of the quarter. Spin move up and no good. Getting the rebound underneath the basket. Here come the pointers. Oh my goodness. What a sequence. That's how the third quarter ends. 36-35. Stevens Point on top by 1. But man, a rough shooting third quarter. Saw Stevens Point go 0 at the 3-point line. Still perfect at the free throw line in the second. In the second half. Stevens Point perfect in the free throw line. They are 11-12 for the game so far. We'll get some more updated stats here. Stevens Point will look overall 11 for 12 at the free throw line. That's just an outstanding mark by Stevens Point. It's like I said, if you want to win any game, you have to hit your free throws, and they are taking advantage of every opportunity they have gotten, and that's why they have the 1-point lead, and we'll see if that plays a factor as we look at the free throw shooting by St. Norbert, and it's not good. It's 5 for 12, 41.7% from the free throw line, and ultimately, I mean, you look at it, if St. Norbert gets 3 or 4 of those other free throws that they have, and this is a completely different ball game. They actually have the lead here. So I was talking about free throws are critical for any basketball team, regardless of any level and any version, college, professional. You've got to hit your free throws. Stevens Point has done so, but now we'll look to see if St. Norbert can really claw their way and scratch away a victory after a really sloppy performance offensively. A lot of turnovers here as we are in the fourth and final regulation period. Scoring by the period, only 10 points for Stevens Point in the third, 13 in the second, 13 in the first. Kick out, wide open corner, Goleta, 3-point shot, up and good. Big time shot by Gabby Goleta, as that is big for Stevens Point. They have a 4-point lead here, as it's 39-35 Stevens Point. Getting it into the corner, maybe shuffling the feet now, getting it down low in the post, posting up. No, Nice block there by Pfeiffer as she denies Grzinski's shot, and quickly up the court is Nice. Nice now going to slow it down and look for the best possession here. Going to try to get it down low to Pfeiffer. She had good position but didn't call for it. Instead, they're going to get over to Goleta now into the corner to Krieger. Krieger going to get it back up to Nice. Going to hand off to Thompson, now down low to Pfeiffer. One dribble, two dribble, post move up, block. Oh, but a foul. Good defensive possession and good defense there. Really went up and met Pfeiffer on the shot, but she gets hacked and she'll go to the free throw line. An area where Stevens Point has missed only one tonight. Pfeiffer at the free throw line. She's going to be shooting two. First one up and just the front of the rim and goes right down. Plenty good. Stevens Point adds to their lead. It's 40-35 in second of two free throws up and coming. It is up short and bounces in just enough. Gets the friendly spin, and Stevens Point with a 6-point lead. So just like that, 5-0 run by Stevens Point. Here come the Green Knights, and oh my goodness, looked like maybe a little bit of a push off. Instead, they're going to call for a foul, and Stevens Point is going to be the guilty party. That's number 4, Krieger. But looking at some other stats here in this one so far. So leading the way for Stevens Point in total points is going to be Kelly McIntyre with 9. She's really been doing a lot of work down low in the post. Abby Campion's got 6. She is 1 of 2 from 3, 2 of 5 overall from the field. And I think that's going to be off of Pfeiffer, and it is 8:48 to go here in this fourth and final quarter of regulation. Inbound pass is grabbed by DeClean. And here come the Green Knights on the play now. Looking back at some more stats here. Broken offensive possession, but a nice drive into the lane is a good layup there by DeClean. And that makes it a 4-point game. So when they needed a bucket, they got it. And they inch a little bit closer here. Krieger going to get it up the top to Goleta. Fake the shot, now get it over to Nice. Dribbling, it's it back to Goleta. Had her feet set, was thinking about a 3, now get it down low to Pfeiffer. One dribble, kick out, 3-pointer at the top for Thompson. Up, rattles out, was halfway down and out. Goleta now with it, back over to Thompson, and Thompson is going to get hip checked, and that is going to be a foul on the Green Knights. Good aggressive rebounds by Stevens Point. Now looking at it in the game, total rebounds for Stevens Point, they have 40 rebounds, 25 offensive rebounds, 25 defensive rebounds, 15 offensive rebounds. But look at 40 total rebounds to 23 rebounds for St. Norbert. That's 2 areas. You got to get rebounds, obviously scoring, but you got to get rebounds and free throws, and Stevens Point leading the way in technically all 3 of those categories right now. But still 8 minutes and 2 seconds to go here in regulation. St. Norbert looking to try to claw back. They've been resilient all night. Can they get it? Thompson got to get it in. Now gets it to Goleta. She'll drive, one dribble up, shot, wild shot, no good. Rebounded by the Green Knights, and quickly pushing it up the court is Lettner. She gets it, now stops, gets it over to her teammate. Losing it is Morrissey, and hitting the deck are the Pointers, and a jump ball called. No timeout. Diving on the floor was Nice. And the jump ball is going to keep it with the Green Knights here. Favorable call there. Inbounds pass, grabbed by DeClean. DeClean with some dribbling in the corner, trying to drive on Krieger. She'll step back, 3-point shot up, short, no good. Hits the top of the rim. And finally, they now do call it. It's about the second or third time that has happened in tonight's game. And here comes Stevens Point. Nice now with it, and she's going to take this across half court. You're going to look to see Stevens Point going to play a little bit slower here as they approach the halfway point in this final regulation quarter. Pfeiffer now with it. She'll kick it out of the corner to Krieger. Krieger is going to drive baseline, and no shot. Foul on the floor. No shot. So Stevens Point will inbound it. It's going to be a foul on Lentner. 7:23 to go here in this fourth quarter. Inbounds to Goleta at the top now to Nice. Thompson, and an offensive foul, illegal screen on Pfeiffer. And that's going to turn the ball over and get it back to Stevens Point. Or excuse me, give it back to St. Norbert. Inbounds pass coming. Here come the Green Knights. Nice baseline. Nope, shot fake, and she traveled too many steps. A little antsy on that one is Morrissey, and that'll give the ball back to Stevens Point. Lena inbounds it. Here comes Nice with it, and they'll slow it down. Really good 1-2 punch here. Galetta and Nice. Galetta sets a screen. Now Nice has it. Maybe got away with a carry. Now Thompson with it. Drives down the baseline. She'll go up strong and good. Beautiful play there by Alexa Thompson. Nice drive. Makes this a 6-point game. Lettner out with it. Thompson gives it over the hand. And back screen there by DeClean. Lettner with it, kicks it out to Morrissey. Hand now for three, and an answer, and a nice shot there as Hand gets one. And it makes it a 43-40 game as Stevens Point is up by 3. Nice lob down low. Galetta, beautiful play design there. Executed Nice and Galetta. Great play. Stevens Point answers right back with a bucket of their own. Up top, Pfeiffer, good defense. In the lane, blocked shot. Oh, they're gonna get her for a foul. Oh my goodness. They're gonna get Pfeiffer, that's her 3rd foul. Her 4th foul, actual. One more, and that's all she wrote. As we are at exactly the 6-minute mark. She's gonna have to take a seat. Really important part to this Stevens Point team. First free throw up and good by Grushinsky. Sackett trying to get an answer for that. Gets none. Second free throw up is good. So it is a 3-point game once again. Stevens Point now with under 6 minutes to go, getting close to that halfway point. Has a 3-point lead. Nice now with it at the top. She's going to get it to Krieger. Krieger's going to shoot, and that's an air ball. Way too far, and diving for it out of bounds was Galetta, but she couldn't get it in time, and that's a quick turnover. Quick change of possession right back to the Green Knights. Too quick on that one. Got to take a smarter shot and slow it down a little bit. And now the Green Knights with a chance to either tie or make this a 1-point game. Ooh, looking like maybe another travel, but instead Han will drive into the lane and lose control of it, and an offensive foul is going to be the call on Han. That is going to be, I believe, her 2nd. Thought it was her 3rd. Instead, there's an opportunity there for the Green Knights to try to cut into this lead again, make this a tied game. As Coach Hackett's going to say, let's chew some clock here. Getting it over to Thompson, get it down low to McIntyre, and she is blocked. Oh my goodness, nice response there by Hannah. She just denied that shot. Beautiful defense there by St. Norbert. Stevens Point still has it, 18 seconds left on the shot clock. 5:21 is what's left. Krieger inbounds it and smartly holds on to it. Nice now with it. Now to the top to Thompson. Shot fake. She'll drive down the lane, go up, and offensive foul. Oh my goodness. Coach Hackett is livid. And rightfully so. A really strong drive there. And oh my goodness. Very ticky-tack here. Stevens Point really has to batten down the hatches here and get this defense where it is and where it has been. Baczynski now with a drive on McIntyre, spin move. She goes up, no, and that one's going to bounce around, hit the deck, get it over to Lettner. Back to Lettner. Lettner going to fake the 3-point shot, get it down low. Back out to Lettner for 3 in the tie. That one's up too strong, and Krieger fighting for it down low. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Stevens Point. Stevens Point's going to have the basketball here on a chaotic past couple minutes here has really just, you know, obviously, refs see stuff better than we do, but they have been playing this game very ticky-tack. And, you know, as a fan of anything, Stevens Point or St. Norbert, you really don't want to let the refs interfere on this. You want to let the players decide this one. As we're going to look at some more stats here in this one. As overall here, so far in the fourth quarter, shooting-wise for St. Norbert, they are 25% from three, 28.6 overall. And we look at the game itself, they're only 50% from the free throw line, where Stevens Point is 92.9%. Yet it's a three-point game, and we're talking about 50% from the free throw line. We look at also points from turnover. Stevens Point's got 11, and St. Norbert's got 15. Looking at second chance points for Stevens Point, 11-6 in favor of the Pointers, and 26-14 in favor of points in the paint for Stevens Point. There have been 3 lead changes in this one and tied once, as Stevens Point now gets the ball back as we approach the final couple stages here of this fourth quarter game in regulation. Another lob pass down low and too high this time, as that one is going to go out of bounds. Thompson could not get it, and it is going to be ball right back to the Green Knights, and a chance to cut this to 1 or take the tie here. Pass in the corner, faking the three-point. Good defense there by Goleta. Into the corner to Morrissey. At the top to DeClean, cutting his hand. Good defense by Stevens Point. Here comes DeClean, kick into the corner. Baseline drive, kick out to the top to Hand for 3, and the tie. That one's up and no good. And the rebound by the Pointers. Krieger with the rebound. Big time rebound for Stevens Point. Nobody picked up the ball, and slowing it down, Krieger now has to get it to Goleta, and now she tells her to get it back out top to Thompson, and they should reset the offense. She'll get it over to Nice. She'll slow it down and drive it, kick to the corner. 7 seconds left on the shot. Here comes Nice up the top to Thompson for 3 straight away, up off the side of the rim, and that'll go out of bounds. Oh, Stevens Point had a chance there. Good look for Thompson. She can't get it. And that'll be ball back to St. Norbert. This is where foul trouble kind of hurts. Stevens Point inbounds pass. Here comes to DeClean, and St. Norbert once again with a chance to tie or bring it to within 1 here. Cut down low by Stropus. Out to the top, faking the three-point shot, now driving down the lane. Shot is up and good, and a chance for 1 more at the free throw line. Play good by Chloe Krasinski. Good aggressive drive and a chance to tie this one up, an area where St. Norbert is only 50% on the day, but a free throw here would tie this game up. Shot is up, and that is good, and we are tied with 3:19 to go here. Stevens Point and St. Norbert tied 45-45. Couldn't ask for a better night of basketball here in Berg Gym. Nice and warm on Shirley Egner Court. Winner of this one remains undefeated, picks up another big-time win. Here comes Nice now with it. A lot of dribbling, spinning in the lane, and that one she's going to go up, and she's going to get fouled. And DeClean can't believe it. She thought she picked her pocket clean. Instead, she gets called for the foul, and heading to the free throw line is Nice. Josie Nice will dribble this one out. Set up her shot, and first free throw is nothing but net. Now a chance to push this back to a 2-point lead here. Second free throw up and coming. It is up, and it is good right down the pipe. And Stevens Point gets a 2-point lead. Old-fashioned way free throws. Gierchik gonna check into the game for the Green Knights, and here they come. Morrissey now with it. Up top, had an open 3 shot, no shot taken. Now driving it down the lane, kick out to the corner, had an open 3. Instead, they're going to now step back, take that shot. That one's up, too long, rebounded by Thompson. And Stevens Point now with it. They'll take it down the court. 2:37 to go here in this fourth quarter. Nice now with it. A lot of nice fancy dribbling between the legs. Get it over to Thompson, trying to get it down low in the post to Galetta. Instead, it goes to the top. Here comes Stevens Point in the quarter. Nice now with it. Going to drive the baseline, and she's going to fall down and lose it out of bounds. Ooh, a costly turnover as Stevens Point was looking to add to the lead. Instead, they turn it over, give it right back to St. Norbert. 2:20 to go here in this in this fourth quarter. A timeout going to be taken by St. Norbert. They want to set up a good shot here as they're down by 2 here. You know, this is, like I said, these stats that are important. You got to get your free throws. You got to get rebounds, and you got to come up clutch when it counts. And Stevens Point, to their credit, they've made all the free throws, but their defense needs to come up with a few more stops here. And they can try to improve to 4-0, but they got 2 minutes and 18 seconds until that point. Good defense, good free throws. That's what they got to do here if they want to close this one out here. But St. Norbert's going to have it. Stevens Point going to be called back onto the court. As here come the pointers. Inbounds pass going to be taken. Galetta kind of coming on late. And the pass over to Krasinski. Now to the top to Clean. Shot up time to Clean. Going to kick out to the corner. 3-point shot is up and off the rim. No good. Rebound by Thompson. Second open look as Stropas had it. She couldn't hit it. And now Stevens Point a chance to milk some of this clock here. And if they can get a point, get a bucket here, really make this one interesting down the clock. Here comes Galetta, and she's going to get called for a travel. Oh, no. A minute and 50 seconds here in this one as Stevens Point and St. Norbert in a tight one here on Shirley Egner Court. Down low in the post, a kick out up top. They're getting it right back down to the post to number 20. That is Casey Giercheck, excuse me, and she knocks this one up 47-47 with a minute and 28 seconds left to go in this one. Stevens Point and St. Norbert tied in a back and forth battle here between two really strong teams as they are fighting back and forth. Whoever wins this one is going to have a happy night. A loser is going to be like, oh no, we had it. As a lot of both sides can make the case that at one point they really had control of this one. Like we said in the beginning, St. Norbert had a 10-point lead. Stevens Point fought back and tied this one up. But let's get a look in again at the Stevens Point women's hockey team as they're in action here tonight. Again, they're taking on Lawrence University. It is still 2-0 Stevens Point on top of Lawrence here as it's 13:50 to go in the third and final period of regulation in that one. But Stevens Point inbounding the ball. Alexa Thompson's going to get it in. And Nice will have the offensive possession set up. Thompson going to get a touch again, looking to get it down low to McIntyre. She's the leading scorer for Stevens Point. Got to get it down low in the box. She'll go up and count it, and the foul. Big time shot by the Pointers as going to work down low. Kelly McIntyre puts it through the net and gets a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play here. A clutch bucket here by McIntyre. I think they're going to... It's going to be the fifth and final foul here on Giercheck. That's going to be a big loss here. She has been one of the key players for this Green Knights squad. And now, all-important free throw here by McIntyre is up and nothing but net. And Stevens Point has a 3-point lead. Here come the Green Knights down by 3 with a minute 15 to go and a timeout taken. So the Green Knights call a timeout, 1:14 to go here. And Stevens Point, a clutch basket by Kelly McIntyre gives them a 3-point lead. Once again, just want to point out, the fundamental things when it comes down to it, getting rebounds, getting to the free throw line, just good offensive possessions. Even if you don't score, having good offensive possessions are great. Now let's look back at Kelly McIntyre overall. She is just having one heck of a game. 12 points, that's leading all pointers on the night. And she has got most of her point. I mean, we look at the points in the paint for Stevens Point. It's 28-18. Now it's a little bit closer, but Stevens Point has just been going to town down in the paint. Overall, it's just been one great job by Stevens Point. Biggest lead, we're going to look at the game. Stevens Point's biggest lead was 7. St. Norbert's 10. Best scoring run. Stevens Point had a 13-point scoring run, which ultimately gave them the lead from the end of the first quarter on to the second quarter. Now 1:14 seconds away from trying to improve to 4-0 on the season. But this is a Green Knights team that has been resilient all night. They're going to look for an answer here. Don't need a 3 here with 1:14. They're going to take a 3 straight away. Oh, they're going to bank it in. Oh my goodness. What an answer there. As really stepping into the 3 was Serrato. And we are tied up at 50 here. Didn't need it. Took it anyway. We're tied up 50-50. Thompson with it. She'll dribble around the arc and now kick it into the corner. Krieger with it. Now hand it off to Nace. Nace going to drive with it. She's going to go down the lane. Flip it up. No good. Rebounded by St. Norbert. And quickly going down the court had a wide open lane. A timeout. I don't know what the call is. Timeout going to be taken by the Green Knights. 34 seconds to go here. It's 50-50 here with 34 seconds left. We lost the scoreboard. I think that is what the reason of stoppage of play is. We're wondering, as I was almost looking, is the referee kind of motioned kind of like a technical call, as it's going to be an official's timeout just to reset the board, and now we're good. The officials say we're good, and the Green Knights are going to inbound it with 34.2 seconds left, and a chance to get themselves up with and leave Stevens Point just about 6 seconds on the clock if they can milk the play clock all the way down. This is where Stevens Point's defense has to step up and get a stop here and give yourself the ball back and try to get a lead, but a clutch three-pointer by Natalie Serrato. Big time shot as that one tied it up. She really stepped into it, and that gave St. Norbert the three-pointer and the tie. This one 50-50. Really competitive game here between both sides here. As the inbound pass comes, and here come the Green Knights. And a chance here to really put a dagger into this one. Morrissey with it, and stoppage in play. And no conversation going to be happening, I think. I don't know not sure what the stoppage in play is for. Stevens Point and St. Norbert both in the bonus. Possession arrow favors the Green Knights. This is 50-50. Both sides tied. Explanation coming. Still wondering what the explanation is. Stevens Point. Student section really getting into this one. Still awaiting an explanation here. 50-50 to go here. 23.2 seconds. A lot of drama in this one. Was it just a timeout? Really don't know. Strange. Couldn't tell you what happened, but regardless, we're getting back to basketball here, and St. Norbert, once again, a chance should they take the shot clock all the way down. Can leave Stevens Point with just 6 seconds to go here. Still a conversation. Should be conversation being held. 28.8 seconds. They're going to add some time to the clock. But now it's 2 minutes and 32 seconds. You hear the groans from the audience. Regardless, Stevens Point and St. Norbert in a tight one here on Berg Gym and Shirley Egner Court. As just trying to stay in the moment. We're just trying to figure out the tech problems here as the clock just can't get back to proper time here. Trying to figure it out. Bring in a few more people. Figure out the tech problem. Really, what they should do is they should send Ryan Kreft down there. He'd be able to fix this up in a jiffy. Because we know Ryan is the god at technology. He'd be able to fix all these tech problems. He looks over smirking a bit. But it's true. He'd be able to fix it. Oh, we're back to 23 seconds left on the clock. 23.2. I think they're going to say, is that good? And the crowd is going to give them a little bit of an encore here as they get the clock right. And here is Stevens Point now with a big time defensive stop. Needs to happen here if you're Stevens Point here, but St. Norbert a chance to really put a dagger into this one here. Slowing down as the offense now setting it up. Here comes the Green Knights at the top. DeClean now with it. She's going to drive down the lane, up and good. 52-50. The Green Knights on top of the Pointers. A clutch layup there by DeClean. And it is a big time bucket as it is 9.3 seconds for Stevens Point. Man, what a bucket there for the Green Knights. Big time play. Now Stevens Point, they have battled all night. Do they have an answer? Down by 2 with under 10 seconds to go in this one. What is going to be the play call by Coach Hockett on this one? Once again, a chance to improve to 4-0. Continue their undefeated stretch here on the season. But they got to get a bucket here in crunch time. 9.3 seconds. Stevens Point inbounding from their own bench. Coach Hockett still making some calls here from the sideline. Galitta's going to inbound the ball, playing it strong, getting it in to Thompson. Thompson's going to be at the top. She's going to do a shot fake. She's going to go down the lane, flip it up wild, no good, but a foul. Offensive foul is going to be the call. They're going to say offensive foul charge on Stevens Point. Oh my goodness. I'm going to say she didn't have her feet set. .9 seconds. Charge on Stevens Point. It's going to be free throws. St. Norbert is going to have the ball here. What a man. Talk about it. Don't want the refs to be the ones to decide this one. Really want to let the players play, but this has been a very ticky-tack played game. Really ticky-tack called game, I should say. I don't know if I agree with that call. But if you're Stevens Point, this is you got to foul right away. If you can't get the stop here on the inbounds, but you got to get a foul really quick. There's an area where St. Norbert has really struggled tonight as they're just going to run it down to the other side. Incredibly smart play by DeClean as she chewed up a little bit more time and she just ran it down the backcourt and now forced Stevens Point to foul. 2.7 seconds left here on this one. DeClean here, an area, like we said, that St. Norbert has not been good at is their free throws. As it stands, they're 53.3% on the night. 2.7 seconds left.
Pfeiffer checking in for Conf.
Pfeiffer's going to check into the game. Stevens Point needs some size here. Also needs some three-point shooters. First free throw for DeClean up, no good. Another miss for Stevens Point. This is no substitutions yet. No substitutions yet. If you're St. Norbert, I think you intentionally missed this one and forced Stevens Point to go down the court in 2.7 seconds, but instead they're going to make it. It's a three-point game here by DeClean, and here comes the full court pressure here by St. Norbert here. 2.7 seconds, need a three-pointer as they're going to run the full length of the court and getting it in. A steal by hand, and that is going to do it. Nope, they're going to quit a foul at the end. No, but the horn will sound, and what a play. Nope, they're going to say there's still more time left. Is Hannah's going to get some free throws here. Han is going to intercept it, and what a play there by Rose Han as she ices the game really here for the Green Knights. 0.3 seconds left. This is definitely two-shot foul, but she's going to either make one or miss one. Doesn't matter. She'll try to probably intentionally miss the second one. She'll make the first one easily. And this is going to be a big-time victory for St. Norbert as they come in here to Berg Gym and take down Stevens Point after a hard-fought victory. This is where Stevens Point will close and quickly inbounding it, and Pfeiffer will just down it. And St. Norbert picks up a 5-point victory here in what a massive, not really just kind of a come from behind victory as Stevens Point was down by 10. They come back, they have the lead for much of the game, but a clutch three-pointer by Natalie Corrado tied this one up at 50 in just about the minute mark, and they were able to go on a 5-0 run and close this one out here. So a heartbreaking loss for Stevens Point, but a big-time win for St. Norbert. Stevens Point's going to fall to 3-1 on the season. St. Norbert's going to improve to 3-0. Great game here in Berg Gym. Ultimately, wish Stevens Point faithful going to wish this one ended out a little differently. We're going to get some final stats here and look into this one before we sign off. Overall, for Stevens Point, what a good night here it was for Kelly McIntyre. She had 12 points and 8 rebounds. Just an outstanding game for her. And you look at Gabby Labuda, she had a great game as well, 9 points and 7 rebounds on that. But you look over on the St. Norbert side, you got to credit Chloe Grzinski, 13 points, 4 rebounds. Great game here, but big-time play there by Natalie Serrato, 9 points, and all of those points coming from beyond the arc. Just clutch three-pointer really eventually put this one away, and St. Norbert picks up a big-time win here. Well, that is going to do it here for the broadcast here on SPTV. I want to thank you all for watching in this one. You got to credit Ryan Kreft on the camera here tonight. He did a phenomenal job as always. I'm Will Haroldson on the call. I want to thank you all for listening. And reminder to check in here on SPTV once again here on Friday as the Pointers hockey team will be taking on UW Stout. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.